Hi everyone in the Inspired community. My name is Lesedi Komane and I am a senior account manager for a marketing agency. I am a mother to a 4-year-old baby boy that I love dearly by the name of Ubutlhogwa Mudimu, Brooklyn Mpilo Entle. Today I'll be taking you through my journey of motherhood. Who is Lesedi? Lesedi is a fun-loving, kind, responsible, amazing, beautiful-hearted individual who has an intense caring for people and those around her. I had just turned 28 when I had my son, and needless to say, I was very, very scared. Scared of the unknown, scared of the future, scared that I disappointed my parents. But fortunately for me, the love and support that I had, it seemed like mom and dad were ready for their grandchild. Where was my headspace during that time? To be honest with you, first thing I thought was, how am I going to feed this child? Unfortunately, in my case, as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, I was out of a job. My parents, in the meanwhile, very happy that a grandchild was coming. Here I am freaking out that, oh my word, I never ever wanted to have a child, only for the child to be my parents' responsibility. Was he planned? Yes and no. He was planned because his father had wanted him for a long time. Me, very career driven at the time, never thought that it would happen then. But needless to say, I think that my son was a gift from God, and that's why even in his name, the importance of who he is to me will always be there and it will resonate with him for the rest of his life. It's been tough. It's been very tough. In the beginning, it was tough. I remember the first 5 months of his life, I just wasn't finding work. My family was very supportive. His father was very supportive. But all of a sudden, there's just not enough money to raise this beautiful thing that you have. But again, God pulled through. God showed who he was. God showed that he was the vessel of his power. God showed me and my son that we are vessels of his power. Some of the challenges that I face being a single mom are A, the work-life balance, considering the type of work I'm into and the industry that I work for. B, the dreams and aspirations that I have for him, considering the type of schools that I want to take him to, the type of life that I live. In general, I wouldn't say that there are more challenges over and above those particular two, because those are the ones that actually keep me up at night. So yeah, mostly the challenges that I do face is just the kind of life that I want to afford him that is obviously greater than what my parents would have afforded me. I always say that the type of life that your parents give you, you either need to better, but you cannot find yourself in a position where you're giving your children lower than what you were given. It's always better, or at least on par with what you were given as a child, that you can then pass the baton on for your own children. How I handled two of those challenges is that, fortunately for me, a decision was made by myself at the beginning of this year when I felt like the school that my son was in, where we had recently moved to, was just not working for me. To say that I was emotional was an understatement. I took a decision, and I think now that I see how happy and free-spirited my son was, to take my son back to his old school, which also meant that he'd be able to live with my parents. Luckily for me, my parents took my son in, also because I think they're old and they were looking for somebody to keep them away from boredom, but that's either near or there. My son went back to his old school, and now I'm able to focus on my career in the full week and dedicate wholeheartedly, presently, with intention, my weekends to him, knowing that I don't have any work stress, because previously I would take stress home when I lived with him, and I saw the impact, rather the dire impact that it was having on him, because I was starting to project all my work stress onto him. With regards to the finances, luckily for me, I was able to find a job that also enabled me to start the process of providing the type of life that I did want for him. Again, I cannot stress how God pulled through for me, even in times when I thought that I wouldn't. I've had the support of his father, my family, who understand the type of industry that I'm in, who also understand my vision for his life and the impact that I want to have on him. Were there moments when I regretted being a mom or felt like motherhood stood before my career? To be honest with you, no. Motherhood has been an emotionally depleting yet fulfilling journey, and I wouldn't have it any other way. My words of encouragement, or rather advice, to other single moms who are trying to balance their career and personal development goals is make sure that your support structure is a solid one. But most importantly, don't be afraid to put your dreams first. The reason why I say don't be afraid to put your dreams first is because our children deserve for us to be fulfilled. Once we are fulfilled and we have our cups full, we are able to empty into them and empty life into them. I always say that I want to make my son so proud that when he's on the playground and I walk into his school, he can proudly shout, "That's my mom." Go for it, go for it, go for it. It's very easy to put yourself on the back burner for your child's dreams. Your child needs to see that they are able to conquer anything through you. Please, 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 please don't hinder yourself in the basis of, no, I need to put my child first, because if you do that, you will never be able to fulfill your desires and your goals, which ultimately will be the dreams and aspiration of what your child would want as they grow older. Thank you to Sibo Dube and the Totally Inspired community for having me as your guest today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the videos. And I hope you guys feel inspired today and can take in the words of encouragement. Remember that mommyhood is the best hood you'll find in any city, country, even in the world. Take care, ladies.